Hello everyone, good morning. I'm here in my veranda area again, looking at my succulents. Today is September 12th, time check, 7:15 in the morning, and the sun is up but not shining so bright because it's quite cloudy today. So last night it rained again, just like the daily thing that happened. It rains during night time, but I'm still happy that my succulents are okay. So there's a flower stalk. I don't like flower stalk, it invites aphid. So look at what happened to my green pea. It has a pops, but the rosette got mushy. So far, most of them are okay, but most of the pots have weeds. I have to clean it up again. But for today's video, that's not our topic for today. So for today's video, I will be sharing about this thing, farina, that we can found on our succulents. So one of the best examples of succulents that have a very thick farina is our Echeveria Blue Cloud. So this is the succulent that has the most thick farina here in my garden, and I have lots of pots of Blue Cloud. So what farina is? Farina is the white powder substance in the leaves or in the rosette of your succulents. So what does this farina do on the succulent, or what's its purpose? So the main purpose of the farina is that it gives protection on our succulents. It serves as the sunscreen of the succulent, especially Echeveria, which is farina can be mostly found very thick on some kinds of Echeveria, like Blue Cloud, like Topsy-Turvy. So aside from being the sunscreen, it also serves as raincoat during the rainy days. Why? Because when there is farina on the succulents, it repels water. It doesn't, most of the succulents that have thick farina doesn't have mushy leaves during rainy days because it serves as the raincoat. Aside from that, being the sunscreen and the raincoat during the rainy days, farina also give added beauty or it gives complement on the color of the succulents. It tries to create a pastel color when the farina is thick, as it blends on the color of the succulent, just like this Murasaki that you are looking at in the video. Even if the succulent is small or an offset size, farina is always present. It's on pops or offset that they produce in the propagation through cutting or leaves. As long as the characteristic of the succulent is really, it has a farina, it might be thick, it might be thin, but the thickness of farina depends on the variety or kind of succulent. Some may have thick, just like the Blue Cloud, which I showed you a while ago. So it is one of the succulent here, or one of the succulent in my veranda area that has a very thick or have the thickest farina. But there are also succulents that doesn't have or doesn't have to have farina. I commonly see succulents with no farina on the kind of Echeveria, which is called agavoids, just like this far pillar, which is a hybrid of an agavoid. There is also no farina on this kind of succulent, which is the Doniceus. Yeah, I cannot find farina on it, even if I rub the petals or the rosette of the succulent, Even the succulent is big, it still retains its farina, just like this curly locks, which is so big, but the farina is still there. As long as you don't touch it or remove it, the farina will stay as it grows. So this is my mother plant of Echeveria blue clouds. Most of my blue clouds come from this mother plant. It has stayed with me for 4 years, but look at the farina. It's not flawless, it's not perfect, but I can say I was able to maintain the farina on the leaves as much as I can by not touching it, because if you touch it, the farina will be removed and it will leave the fingerprints will be imprinted on the leaves of the succulent. So I will show you. I will try to rub one of the leaves on the lower part. So look, as I rub it, the farina was removed and it's already in my finger there. So it's really like a powder on their leaves, and it protects the succulent from too much heat. It serves as their sunscreen, a raincoat during rainy days, and it adds beauty to the succulent by creating a pastel color, just like on these here ones. And just like what I have said, the thickness of the farina depends on the kind or variety of succulents you have. Some have a very thin layer of farina, just like this. Some have thick, just like this new. So most of the farina varies on the kind of succulent you have. So most of the Echeverias I have here in my garden have farina. So it just varies if it's thick or thin. So look at this agavoid. It doesn't have farina. This one has a very thin layer. So once you brush off the farina on the succulent, it doesn't go back. That's what I have observed. So look how thick is the farina of this ice cream. So once you rub it off, it will not grow, but the inner rosette that's growing, or the offset that it will produce, will still have the farina. So once the farina is removed, it is already susceptible to sunburn and to get mushy when it gets wet. So that's why it is very advisable that when we water our succulent, we should refrain from watering the rosettes or the succulent itself, but it is best to water the succulent at the bottom part of the pot. So if you're going to water it, just water it here at the bottom part, lower part of the rosette, rather than pouring water on top of the rosette, because there are also a tendency that if you water it in the rosette of the succulents, the farina might get brushed off by the strong water that it receives. However, during rainy days and storm here in my place, I haven't experienced that farina was removed or rubbed off in my succulents, even though they are exposed to full rain during the rainy days and during storm. So having these unique characteristics of having a farina on the leaves of the succulents, it really gives it complements and give a pastel color that makes it more beautiful, just like this Hakoho. Even on this ghosty. So it is best not to rub off the farina on the succulents as much as possible, so you can protect your succulents. So it's very hard to maintain the farina on the succulents. Just like what happened on this cream tea, when I'm trying to remove the moisture leaves, I was not able to protect the farina on the other leaves because I was able to touch it. So if you have a perfect farina like this white mono, it looks so flawless and it's very pretty to look at. As well as this teepee and another teepee. So this crispy beauty has a very thick farina too. That's make it so beautiful. But although there are thin layer of farina on some succulents, they look so beautiful also. So look at this ice cream. It's just an offset. It's my propagation. So look how perfect is the farina. And look at this succulent. I forgot the ID, but it has a farina and it complements with the tip, which is neon green. So this agavoid, which is love and war, have no farina. Why did I say it has no farina? Kasi even if I rub it off like this, I don't find any white chew on my finger, and it doesn't leave any marks or finger marks on the succulent. So most of the agavoids I have observed, they really don't have that farina. So look at this Alba Beauty. It's very pretty, although the farina is not that perfect. So that's all my sharing for today. I hope you like or you learned something new about my sharing on farina. So to sum it up, I can say that most of the succulent have farina. It may vary, it may be thick or thin, but there are also succulent that doesn't have farina, just like this fire pillar. So what does farina do in our succulent? It protects primarily the succulents from too much heat from the sun and so much rain. It serves as the raincoat during rainy days. It serves as the sunscreen during summertime, and it also adds beauty to the succulent by giving it a pastel color to look at. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching and supporting my channel, and see you on my next vlog. Happy gardening everyone, and God bless us all. Bye, take care, see you on my next vlog. Don't forget to like and share my video to your family, friends, and relatives. Bye for now. See you on my next video or vlog. Bye. God bless us all. Bye bye.